The following is one of the most important documentary segments of my career. This show has reported on the only reporter to be on his way to cover the groundbreaking Amazon rainforest fires, but forgot his passport, camera, and pants. No story will ever come close to anything like this again. This is 75 years in the making, several lawsuits later, and a little bit of exaggeration. Here is the untold story of the rise and fall of the stoned Domino's Pizza delivery driver. Need to go to the beginning. This beginning is 1960. These towns were bustling. According to a quick Bing search, the 60s only lasted for 10 years. But with it brought that will to change of life, especially for stoners everywhere. The beginning for these two particular stoners were brothers, Tom and James.
Tom and James were two stoner brothers who worked at a pizzeria. And they bought that pizzeria for $900. That's like over $900 today. Two stoner brothers.
James, however, did not want to quit his job as a postman because he loved taking huge bond rips in the little car. James, after several tabs of acid, decided to sell his stake of the company for the Volkswagen Beetle that they used for deliveries. He died shortly after the brakes failed. By 1975, there were over 200 stores that brought tons of life into the stoner job market.
By the mid-1960s, over 2,000 stoners were employed by Domino's Pizza, paving the way to millions of pizzas being delivered to dads, moms, kids, cops, firefighters, zookeepers, and even turtles, just to name a few. One of these delivery drivers was Doug Kennedy.
I knew when I was 8 years old I wanted to be a delivery driver and made my first call to order a pizza. This guy answered, coughing it up, and after a few seconds said, "What up?" I'll never forget that. That's the one day I realized I wanted to be a delivery driver, and that pineapple belonged on pizza. It's really one of my fondest memories, I think. Throughout my life, it's one thing I want was one on my gravestone. What up?
I really don't think stoners would be as widely accepted as they are now if it weren't for Domino's Pizza and the Domino's Pizza family. I owe them a lot more than the company car and damages for when I tried to make a Mars bar in the pizza oven. I mean, there's little things like this. It's like, I wouldn't see myself at a Subway or something. I never considered myself an artist. I could consider myself more of like a free flow individual. Kind of, you know?
Yeah, my son is Doug Kennedy. I want to say I'm not embarrassed by him. He's my son. There's nothing I can do to change that. I tried. Just let the record state I'm not embarrassed by him. I just don't want to be seen associated with him being my son. Doug was always smart, a free-flowing individual that never considered himself an artist. In fact, he once brought home what he made in 6th grade art class. I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it almost made me fall off the wagon. 33 years of sobriety, and that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And I've waked up in my own puke. Although he's not smart, creative, or bright, when it came to delivering pizzas, he was a king. Once he merged the drug dealing with pizzas, everything just took off from there.
From 1967 to 1971, Doug made over $14,000 as a delivery driver and well over an estimated $25 million selling cannabis, driving city to city, pizza by pizza, box by box, slice by slice, making the world a higher place. With all this money, he needed a way to clean it. The only problem with this is the only thing he understood was delivering pizza and weed. So to clean it, he started buying animal sanctuaries and thousands upon thousands of exotic birds. This quickly became an obsession and addiction to the truth, buying thousands thousands of birds and birds and birds, exotic birds, parakeets and peacocks. At one point, he was importing more birds than cannabis. His love for birds would eventually be his downfall.
You can't hide a bird. Birds fly away. And eventually, all these towns were asking, where the fuck are all these parakeets and peacocks coming from? We got more birds in this town than people. And of course, it was only a matter of time before the FBI got involved.